Okay, in this video we're showing Lozen working in one of our local schools, and it's a good example of how dogs work different odor. So to begin with, the track line is actually slightly to the left of the dog, and you notice how she's working predominantly to the right, more towards the bushes and the edges over here. And this is what we call trailing. This is where the dog is working the blown human odor, wind left to right. The scent is primarily landing and holding right along the bush line and in the shade. This is very, very common, and what dogs have a tendency to do is use the odor that's most suitable to them at the moment, and they shift back and forth. In this particular situation, she's usually using primarily blown human odor. But once she gets in the open, she gets more into the track line, and you're seeing that right here because there's not the edges and barriers that held that human blown odor as much. So she's forced to go to the track line, and that's what she's doing right here, working the track line. The track line is primarily made up of ground disturbance, and then of course also whatever deposits from the foot there might be of human odor. But it's primarily a ground disturbance picture that the dog is really, really working. Of course, soft surface is quite better for this situation. As long as the dog has good ground disturbance odor and step odor, this is what they're going to take. But if that blown human odor is stronger, that's what they're going to do. In this situation, the track is the easiest thing to follow because the blown human odor is not readily available in different places, and it's primarily due to the wide expanse here we have of the parking lot. So you can see how she isolates that odor right here. Got some pretty good discrimination going on here. We have another subject up here on the left in this white truck with the trailer. She definitely notices that he is there, probably definitely picks up on his odor, but she ignores it completely. And this is something that we're looking for in a good tracking dog. We want a dog that scent discriminates, stay on the track that they started on, and not switch to a fresher odor midway. We have a really good hard surface transition here, and it's at what we call the apex of the turn. An apex of the turn is where you're going to have a concentration of odor either on the inside or the outside of the turn. And in this case, our turn is to the left, so our concentration of odor is to the left. Because we have primarily hard surface here, this scent picture is going to be very transitory. It's going to move quite a bit. And in this case, the apex is to the left and to the inside of the turn. This is why she's working this area the way she is. There's a concentration of odor here, and the actual tracks themselves are not quite as strong as that pool odor in the apex.
A year as of right this month.
But if we watch how she's working and the area that she's really primarily paying attention to, it kind of gives us an idea of the direction of the scent. And this can be really important if we happen to lose the track for any reason. You know, it gives us an area to move into or move past if we want to try to pick it up again. The handler's really doing a great job of letting the dog stay out there at the end of the lead and work how it wants to work without adding any interference whatsoever. She's using really great lead control, not getting it tangled up, giving the dog the lead when she needs it, and reeling it back in as the dog is moving back. Now, right now you can see Lozen actually figured out the direction of scent, not necessarily based on the track line, but detecting odor from a distance up against the edge of the building. And again, this is what we call trailing. That odor is collecting up against the building, up against the bushes and all the vegetation.
Nice proximity alert. Oh, there she is.